King Midas. Once upon a time, there was a very ambitious king named Midas. He had so much gold, but he wanted more. From time to time, he counted his treasures kept in caverns of his palace. King Midas had a daughter named Calendula. She was the richest princess in the world, but she loved the garden more than the fortunes of her father. One night, a fairy appeared in front of King Midas. She asked him, "Make a wish." Midas wished everything they touch should turn into gold. The fairy accepted his wish. The next day, the king awoke very happy and began to touch objects, turning them into gold. Looking at the garden of his daughter, he decided to surprise her by touching the plants and turning them into gold. The king was very pleased with his new talent. However, he was going to have his breakfast. He reached for a peach with his hand, and it turned to gold. The same thing happened to the bread. He could not eat any of his breakfast. At that moment, Calendula came into the room crying. She was carrying a bunch of golden roses. Her father thought that he made his daughter very happy, but he was upset to see her so unhappy with the flowers. Calendula saw that her father felt sorry, and she hugged him. The king tenderly hugged her too. After hugging, he cried out of fear and heartache as he saw his daughter had turned into a statue of gold. Moments later, the fairy arrived. The king was crying and begging to turn her daughter back, and that he would exchange all his gold. The fairy accepted his wish, since the king had become much wiser. Then the daughter was returned to her normal self. King Midas had learned his lesson. The fairy told him that he must bathe in the river to free himself from the gift of turning everything to gold. He did this, and he gave the rest of his gold to the poor. Moral lesson of the story: riches alone do not bring real happiness.